We're having a fireside chat with the chairman of the Port of Kandla, Mr. Sushil Kumar, who's quite dynamic and also quite sought after in India. Sir, if I can welcome you on stage, please. Thank you. Sushil, sir, for those of us who don't know you, maybe a little bit about yourself and your tenure with the services.
So, I am from Indian Railway Service of Mechanical Engineers. So, I have spent around 28 years in railways in various capacities. I have been involved in operations, design, research and development. And then I moved on to Railway Ministry as looking after corporate coordination. From there, I shifted to Ministry of Port Shipping and Waterways, and I handled the portfolio of GHIS ports. Then I decided to move on to the field, and now I am there at Kandla.
Wonderful, sir. And how long have you been within the maritime sector, sir?
So, I was there in the ministry for 2.5 years, and now about 1.5 years in port.
Wonderful. Well, so you've been on our radar for the green hydrogen sector because of all the efforts and support you've been giving towards the sector, not only in your port but also in the surrounding areas. So before we move into shipping conversations, I want to hear from you. How do you view India's green hydrogen economy? How have the developers around the port of Kandla responded to your support and engagement as well?
So I'd like to speak more about the efforts and the projects that we are doing at Kandla as far as the overall ecosystem is concerned for the green hydrogen, green ammonia. So there are challenges, there are issues of affordability, availability and acceptability. But then since it's a national mission, and Kandla has been nominated as one of the green hydrogen hubs. So, despite all challenges, we have decided to move on and keep the work going. At Kandla, the advantage that we have is we have a large amount of land parcels available. We have waterfront, and just to share, we have allotted some 3,400 acres of land to L&T, Reliance, Welspun and AM Greens for setting up their green ammonia production facility. But due to the uncertainty in the market and the visibility and the evolving regulatory framework, so the progress on part of these industries, I feel it is slow. So what we have done at Kandla, we have taken it upon ourselves and we have adopted a pilot project approach where we are doing small pilot projects. For example, we have commissioned a 1 megawatt green hydrogen facility. We have placed orders on Thermex for 5 ton per day of biomethanol production facility. Yesterday, we placed an order for 5 megawatt, another 5 megawatt green hydrogen production facility. So we are working on small pilot projects, and the idea is to create an understanding and understand the nuances of green hydrogen and ammonia from the operational point of view. So that's the idea. So we are going ahead with that.
So I think those baby steps are some of the best ways forward. You said you have placed another 5 megawatt order from L&T. So can you tell us a little bit about where you intend to use them and how your teams are operating it?
As regards the usage of the hydrogen that we are producing from 1 megawatt, we are just venting it off to the atmosphere. So usage as of now, so the basic intent is to understand the operations and the nuances and the do's and don'ts of the system, the safety requirements, the regulatory requirements, and use it as a test bench for the local youth and the technicians and the engineers to understand the system and how the plant works. Now, with 5 megawatt more added to 1 megawatt and another 4 megawatt are to be added. So we are targeting 10 megawatts of total green hydrogen production facility. We are planning to convert it into green ammonia, and we have a IFCO fertilizer unit there in our campus. So they import green ammonia, liquid ammonia. So we have a tie-up with them. So we'll be supplying this green ammonia to the IFCO fertilizer plant there.
I think if in any place in India we can put up the electrolyzer and then figure out where the hydrogen can be used, it's only in the ports, because you have an ecosystem that you can just definitely plug in right away.
Yes. So what we are also trying to involve the community there, the local area youth and engineers there in the Kutch. So it's a remote place. The connectivity is an issue there. So what we have done is we are trying to nominate 1,000 acres of land as Kutch Green Hydrogen Park. We will provide a plug-and-play infrastructure. We'll have storage tanks. We will have pipelines. We'll provide desalinated water to them. We will also arrange for the power requirement, and the small-scale industries, the medium-scale industries, they can come up with their container-based modular units. They can plug in their units there, and then we will be assuring the offtake, or the hydrogen that they produce, we will be taking it from them and converting it to ammonia.
No, I think that partnership you had with the Kutch region, it's one of a kind, and I'm glad that you're creating and leading the creation of this ecosystem where people can plug and play, and I think that's one of the best ways to move forward. Now, Mr. Sushil, speaking about bunkering at the ports, right? How soon do you think you'll be bunkering green fuels? How are you preparing for it?
So as I said, on a pilot basis, we have already placed orders on Thermex for setting up a plant for biomethanol. Now, biomethanol, as per the RFNBO norms, doesn't qualify as green methanol. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to invite industry partners to come in there and set up their e-methanol, renewable methanol facility for production of 150 KTPA of e-methanol per year. So that is one step. The other step is that we had engaged DNV, and DNV has done the gap study, and on the port readiness level scale, they have ranked us at 6, progressing towards 7. We already handled methanol, grey methanol as cargo. So we have a basic understanding of methanol as a cargo. Now we are trying to transition towards the bunkering. So for that, we are setting up new jetties, we are setting up storage tanks, we are getting a barge configured for barge to ship bunkering for methanol, and we are looking at sources. So till the time we have this production facility there in Kandla, we may also source methanol, e-methanol, renewable methanol, and keep it ready, because the plan is that we want to offer a guaranteed volume at a competitive price. So the pricing part of it, we are targeting that we somehow are able to offer the methanol to the vessels at the rate more or less that Singapore will be offering. So that is our baseline, and we will be cross-subsidizing the incremental cost that we will be incurring with our port operations, from the cargo operations.
Wonderful.
So that is the idea, to trigger this. And we have also signed an MOU with Port of Rotterdam. So the idea is that the ships that will be plying between Singapore and Rotterdam, the methanol compliant ships, they can then call at our ports, given the energy density of methanol and more frequent bunkering requirements of the methanol powered ships.
Now, the other question is, when it comes to green, it's always who pays the price, and looks like you're paying the price yourself for what you're doing.
Yes.
And in the short term, can you tell us a little bit more? How much budgets have you allocated? How much more are you going to do on your own? And how long do you think you'll be subsidizing some of the operations?
So we'll keep on doing until the system gets triggered. So there are challenges, and because of this deferment of net zero framework by the IMO by one year, so that is having its implications. The only thing is that we also have now we are targeting at the hardware part of it, the software part, that is like the certification scheme of India, Green Hydrogen Certification Scheme of India, that is at divergence with the EU norms. So there are issues when we start producing green hydrogen, whether it qualifies as green molecule or not as per the RFNBO norms, because we are also targeting export of green ammonia and green hydrogen from Kandla. So the big industries that are coming there, they will be exporting. Now, there are requirements of additional power sourcing, additionality, geographical mapping, and temporal matching. Then the power plant should not be subsidized power plant. It should not be aided by the government. So there are multiple factors which Indian standards does not cover. In Indian standards also, the battery limits which account for the GHG calculation, the intensity calculation, that is also at variance with the RFNBO norms. So we need to standardize and harmonize our norms with the EU norms if we are looking at the global market. So that is one thing that we foresee that MNRE should take up.
So I think for running a port, you're very well versed with all the regulations that are hovering over the green hydrogen space. So, I can tell you some of them in our own sector, they don't know the 3 pillars that you mentioned. So, kudos to you for that. That's something we are working with MNRE, and I think Dr. Prasad, who's present here, he's been really taking the weight of that conversation, and we are hoping that it's one of the key things we're looking forward as an industry this year to gain some clarity. But also, I think we should give Mr. Sushil a round of applause specifically for taking the cost, right? There's no other refinery out there or fertilizer out there that's saying we'll bear the cost from our operations and help kickstart an industry. So I think we need more leaders like you, and the ecosystem that's supporting you and enabling you to do this as well. I want to take a pause. Any questions from the audience before I let Mr. Sushil go?
Hi, sir. This is Ayush from Opure Energy. So just wanted to know about what are the plans for that 500 KTPA methanol tender which is supposed to come through SECI. And in addition to that, you mentioned about that 150 KTPA methanol. So is there a firm offtake, or you are still seeking for an offtake?
So we started with considering the bankability of the project and the visibility in the market. So we wanted to trigger this project, so we offered an assured offtake in the beginning. We said that we will be giving you land at a very nominal rate, we will be giving you desalinated water, and if required, we can also give you renewable power. But subsequently, over a period of time, there are industry partners who have come up and approached us that they are ready to set up a plant of 150 KTPA, scalable up to 300 KTPA, without any assured offtake. Now, on the assured offtake front, drafting of agreement, like take or pay kind of an agreement, and the price review clause and the pricing methodology for a long term, 10 years, 15 years. So This is an emerging, what you call, sector where there are new policy interventions coming in and new regulations that we foresee that the cost is likely to go down. So keeping all those considerations, the drafting of an agreement or for assured offtake is one thing on which we are working. We are discussing with various industry partners what is the best model that we can adopt, like gas sale and purchase agreement. So they have linking cross-commodity linkages, how to price this methanol or green ammonia on a long-term basis. So that is one thing which we are still working on. But now industry partners are coming in who are saying that without assured offtake also, they are ready to set up their plants at Kandla.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Just one more question at the back, that'll be the last. I can introduce that gentleman. It's Mr. Vatsal from Advait Green Energy.
Thank you, Nishaanth. Thank you, sir. I'll make it quick. Sir, I am from Advait Energy and we are into hydrogen and fuel cell and battery technologies. Sir, we have assured off-takers, international off-takers for hydrogen and ammonia both. We have electrolyzer technology and we have PLI also. And sir, what is the method to reach out to the port authorities for land availability with a green corridor and few technical parameters? So I wanted to understand from you.
So I'll give you my number. You can directly call me, and we are open to, because we have huge amount of land parcels. We can give you all kind of what you call support as far as setting up a unit there in Kandla is concerned. Or we are also working on green mobility. We are working on green fuel cell powered buses. We have signed an agreement with NTPC for supplying 11 buses powered by fuel cell. So we are also working on mobility. We are trying to convert some of the port crafts into fuel cell powered port crafts. So there also can work together. I'll give you my number. You can, and mail ID also. You can.
We are Gujarat based as well.
Good, then so you are there. Yeah, you can come directly to me.
Thank you so much.
Anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. With that, we'll close the floor for questions.
Thank you.
Can we have a round of applause? Can I call Mr. Tom Hortekeet from our partner organization, the Belgian Hydrogen Council, but also the Chief Transition Officer at the Port of Antwerp, to felicitate Mr. Sushil, please.